Guys, good evening. Hope all of you are doing good. Your voice is audible. Nice. Voice is waiting for you. Right? Right? Voice is audible or not? Saying you wait 2 minutes. Just only 2 minutes. Without wasting any time, we are going to start the session. Wait for 2 minutes, guys. And this span of time, I would like to thank everyone, guys. Thank you so much for making the first webinar very good and success. So much, guys. Because I didn't think that much of people are going to know or are willing to learn this new technology like this thing. I didn't believe that thing. But after seeing all those things, I understand that there are a lot of people outside trying to learn new things, trying to use this pandemic. Would really like to congratulate you. Thank you, everyone, guys. Very excited to start today's session. Hope you are also excited. And everyone, guys, for your replies, because your replies is the thing which makes me excited and helps me to my knowledge completely to all of you guys. So much for each and everyone's reply. The chat box. Okay, let's start the session. Session is completely about building a WhatsApp type chat box. You believe WhatsApp, this Facebook, Twitter, all these are working with ReactJS, some other backend technologies, guys. But coming to front end, completely about based on using the ReactJS only, guys. In this session, we are going to create one front-end chat box type of application. Okay, then we will clearly understand that how this WhatsApp is going to work, how this WhatsApp is sending the messages from one person to another person, how it is displaying the time also. To remember, in WhatsApp, if we send any messages, there is small time also comes at the end. We are going to see all those type of things in this webinar. But before starting the session, let's go some chat regarding JavaScript. Did anyone believe this thing that JavaScript is the thing which is ruling right now for the complete front end? The time of learning, I am in college in BTech at that point. I remember that JavaScript subject only for form validations, web technologies. That web technologies, we see this JavaScript in a perspective for form validations and give some alerts, all those things only, guys. But coming now, ruling. Really very happy to JavaScript first question for the regarding of front end applications. Okay, and one more thing, some of you asked me my previous webinar, I provide you the applications and advantages of React.js. In that I said one thing like Notepad, Advantage of React.js, what I told is having virtual DOM. This is the main and most important advantage coming to React.js. And I showed you one example, but some of you said that they didn't understand the proper idea and proper example regarding why we are using this virtual DOM. What's the advantage of having this virtual DOM from the DOM, from the normal DOM? So today I come up with one examples, guys. I will show you. Wait a second. The virtual DOM is the thing which is going to take the differences, take the different values from our HTML and going to change those values, only those values. It is not going to change the complete information. Show you, this is one HTML file, and let me start React.js application also. To start a React.js application, what are the commands we need to remember, guys? Previous session I already told you, so let me write once again. The commands to run a React.js application is npm start, and the other command to create a React.js project. React.js project, you need to remember command, that is npx create React app and the name of that particular project. Name of that particular project, guys. There are the two commands are enough. Start a project or to run any project. So let me start this project also. Where I am going to start this project, guys? The command prompt. Those are click. You are going to get one command prompt. That one you need to go to the particular projects folder. To go to particular projects folder. Right now my project is present in drive. Project name 1-class. If you don't want to write all the commands by yourself, you can do other way also, guys. Let me show you the normal and traditional way. If you want to go to the particular projects folder, you go to the drive. For that you need to call cd space the particular folder name. For that you need to go to the particular project class. That in this way we need to go, and in here we are going to start our project. What's the command? npm start or run, both things command, guys. Start or run. So it is the traditional way. If you don't want to use this traditional way, if you don't want to use all the values like addresses, everything using cd, you go to this particular project and click in the location area and use cm. There it is. By default it is going to take you directly to that particular small tip. Let's start our project. npm start. I started my time, guys. Even having any problem regarding my, don't mind, guys, mind me. Start the project. What's happening? Starting the dot for us. File success, and now view your fun class project name in the browser. By default it is opening in a browser, and my default browser is Chrome, guys. So it is open like here. So Dinesh, what about now? Is it is okay? After this thing is going to open in your local drive in this particular address, using this particular address. If you want to open in some network areas, you can use this particular IP address, guys. Right now I am not using any IP addresses, anything. I'm using my local. Here it is. Let me start, refresh this page. What's happening is, in here the names of these two things are changing. Am I right, guys? One and both names are changing. Check this thing. Batti is changed to Anthony and Abhi is changed to Johnny, guys. And HTML page also, this particular click the button information is changing to some dummy data. There, did you see some type of data is created? Let me show you the difference of having a virtual DOM. Go to console, click these three dots, you'll see more tools that go to rendering. Here you'll get the console like this. You need to click this paint flashing. Click paint flashing option, guys. Initially there is nothing, no change is present. That's why my entire page is in green color. For some time, let's see. You see, guys, complete information is updating. Complete information is updating. Let me show you once again. Actually, the entire page refreshes. Definitely for every HTML page, nothing going to happen. Did you see? All the data is updated. The updation of only one p tag. But coming to ReactJS, what happened? Let's see this thing also. Paint flash, yeah, it is some running. Don't worry, guys. I'm enabling my paint flashing. Refresh, start my page like that. It is also refreshed. After a few seconds, did you see particular name? This particular Johnny. Two things only refreshed, guys. These two things only updated. Am I right, guys? Let me place some set interval. I just use the set interval. Let me increase size, time, then you will understand. Yeah, here it is. This is completely designed using the states and props concept, guys. Nothing else. I just want to show you. Yeah, here it is also in seconds. So then you see, whenever the data is changing, it is only going to update that particular field only, guys. It is not going to update any field. Initially it is like this. After a few seconds, going to update this only this particular one, this particular one. In that way, DOM is going to calculate the difference between the normal DOM and virtual DOM. Any difference, then it is going to update that particular value only. Not going to update every value. Not going to update every value like this HTML. Start normal. Few seconds, the entire data is going to be updated, guys. I just used this set interval for this particular field only. Let me show you the code also. There it is. I used this set interval command for particular p tag. I given one ID 2. Yeah, here it is 2. That I am changing my inner HTML to DRT dummy data. There. That way, the virtual DOM is helping us, guys. Is that clear? You understand the concept, guys? Or if you're having any doubts regarding this one, right? So now I'm going to close this field, close this project also. Guys, I'm waiting for your reply. Is it clear? Or having any doubts? Don't worry. Just simply post your doubts. Yeah, someone here. Thank you, Mr. Prabhu. Yes, start the concept. Start a React project. What I told you, to go to the command prompt. D. Here. So this thing, to go to our particular location where we want to create our project. For now I'm going to use the H drive. Inside the H drive, let's see, is there anything named React? Did you find any name called React folder, guys? Check the name, apply React. No, I'm not having any folder named React, so simply I'm going to create one folder, create space React. Here it is, the React is created. So let's go into the React folder. In this folder I'm going to create my project, guys. Now how you are going to create? By using the command npx create React app and the folder name. Today we are going to see chatbox. My project as chatbox, guys. Take some time, guys, don't mind, just wait. It's very much important time of learning technology. There it is, just like React app, particular location. It is location, but it is installing some packages. A couple of minutes, definitely a lot of minutes. And the other things what it is going to do is also displaying us. Going to install React, React DOM and React scripts, CRA template, all these things installed by default. Guys, do you believe me or not? ReactJS is the best technology to learn, get a job in this 2020, guys. Really saying that because I heard these words from a lot of developers. Don't need to anything to learn. There's this thing that then we will understand what's happening at. We learn only few concepts called state, props. That's it, guys. Wherever we want, we can create the React project, Mr. Prabhu. It is nothing. I just using my H drive, having some free space. If you created your projects in C drive, if sometime your OS is get crashed, you are going to install or going to use new OS. At that point, all your project is going to gone. So complete your work becomes waste. That's why we are not going to use these C drives whenever we are creating the applications like that. Okay. Okay, by using the state concept and props concept, if you learn these two concepts, that's it, guys. You are nearly learned 30% of React technology. You learned 30% really, guys. That's why I taken this concept, today's concept, to-do list. I named that thing as to-do list, but in our perspective, in our knowledge, I would like to call that thing as a chart box. We are going to create one chat box. This is the concept what happening inside the Facebook, inside the WhatsApp, inside the Twitter, anywhere. The basic mode of all the social media applications. What is that thing, guys? Just passing some messages, some information to some users. That's it. Am I right, guys? It is the basic motto and agenda of all these applications. Passing some text message to a user. Based on the user, it goes to come in a receiver side or else it goes towards the sender side. And coming to WhatsApp, we provide some statuses, all these things. We are going to do all that type of concepts. All those are happened and designed and working because of this state and props concept, guys. Because of this state and props concept. And today we are going to see these two concepts. Let me tell you what is a state and what is a prop. State means simply like a particular location where we are going to create a new variable and we are going to provide some content, some data or information to that particular variable. Coming to our own way of words, let me tell you, state means nothing, guys. State means nothing. In Java or C language, if you want to create or declare any variable, what you do? You use the data type data type variable name equal to the data. We are simply assigning the information. This is the concept which we do in C language or Java, anywhere. Coming to React, if you want to do this type of concept, you need to do that thing inside the states concept. Inside the states concept, you are going to do this type of work. Okay guys, and coming to props. What is a prop? Prop means nothing but a property. It is a property, guys. It is a property. There you see at the back side that my project is downloading, installing. It is installed 68 packages, are looking for funding. It is doing some other things also. It is going to create some Git repository also. It is going to install, and the dependencies regarding the npm, all these things is happening in my backside. So wait for a few seconds guys, then our project is ready. We can use our project and we can build our own project and we can customize the project. Okay, let's get back to this concept. Props means simply a property, guys. The information to pass from one component to another component, we uses this concept called props, guys. We uses this concept. And coming to in our own way of technology, if you want to know, understand about this props concept, it is simply a object, guys. It is a object. If you want to pass the information or content from one class to another class, how you are going to do? By passing the object as an argument, as a parameter in C language we can call. Object as a object, we can pass this data to another class files or some other packages like that. That is the thing what we uses. For that thing we uses props concept in ReactJS. What is the acronym of npm and npx? Npm means node package manager, and coming to npx, node package execute. Whenever you uses the npm, it is going to run your project. For those purposes uses the npm. Coming to npx, this npx is only used at the time of creating a project, guys. That's it. At that point only we uses this npx. We are saying our node.js. Guys, one more thing, if you want to execute this ReactJS projects, you need to have two things. You need to have two things. One is one IDE and the other one is Node.js. Node.js is the platform, guys, to run all the JavaScripts, whether it is Angular, React, Vue, any JS. Node.js is the platform, guys. So I'm using my Node.js in my project. That's why it helps me to create a ReactJS project. If you want to know whether you are having Node.js in your terminal or not, simply go to your terminal and write node-v. It provides the version. If you are not having the Node.js and npm also, you need to have the npm, guys. By default, whenever you downloaded the Node.js, you are going to get this npm, guys. Okay? By using this Node.js and npm, we are going to create the project. At the time of creating only, we use this npx. We need execute. And node package manager means it is simply telling our Node.js, hey node npm, there is a one command you got, you need to run this command. It is in that way, in the perspective, they both are speak with each other. Okay, I think our project is created. Good, super. Let's start our project. Before that, it is simply gives us some suggestions. There it is. We suggested you can begin by typing cd space the project name. After that, you need to start npm start. In that way, we need to accept and we need to go through with those suggestions only, guys. Cd space chatbox. After that, npm start. Let's see the basic project, how it looks when a React is created. There it is saying that starting the development server. Yeah, happy hacking. It is saying something like that. Starting the development server. By default, it is going to open in the default browser. My default browser in my system is Chrome. That's why it is opening that one, guys. Guys, what about the others? The others are not asking any doubts or not sending any replies. Are you in enjoyment mode because it is a weekend? Okay, it is clearly mentioned that compile successfully and you can view your chat box in a particular browser. By default, the browser, the project you runs, it is going to open in localhost 3000 guys. Here it is. Let me minimize this one. Localhost 3000. This is the project. Whenever you created using the npx, the React.js project looks like this. Let's go one by one, step by step, what's happening, from where it starts and from where it is going to end. Okay, before that, let me show you. If you use this React.js concept, you can't see the backend code also guys. If you go to any HTML page, anything, you can clearly see the complete information of that particular websites, of that particular complete applications information guys. Let me take the Instagram as example. Instagram, because Instagram is also designed and developed using the React.js guys. There is some other persons is coming, it's okay, no issues. If you right click this thing, view page source, at that point you are having a lot of JavaScript concept, you are having some links, some JavaScript concepts, all these things. But the point where it is going to start is, let me show you. Where is the body? Hey body, where are you? Here the body. In here it is having one app guys, root equal to, for that particular div. From there the complete control is going guys. Yeah, here it is. This is the thing which is completely doing the Instagram concept. This is the thing guys. If you don't believe me, let me show you this type of concept inside the React.js. Right click, view page source. In here I'm having some nothing. I am not, if you see this type of image address is also I am not having, this edit src, this information, this link also I am not having in this complete page source. I am just having some metadata, some links, and here it is guys, this line number 31. This is the thing which is doing the complete React.js project, and complete backend or information, front-end information, everything is going to happen because of this single line, this root, id equal to root. This is the thing which is working everything guys. Did anyone find this line? Edit src app.js, save, like these things in this complete page? Can anyone find? No, because it is not present in this HTML page. If you check, is there any HTML pages? No, we are not going to have any HTML pages in React.js project guys. We are only having one HTML page, and that is this one, and with this one it is going to happen. Good evening Mr. Ashwant. Yes guys, we don't see any HTML pages rather than this one. Let me tell you the control, how it is moving. After that thing, we directly jump into our project and we will do our project guys. Okay, let me open this project. We don't need this one. In the Sublime guys, I'm using Sublime as my IDE and my editing purpose also. It is not my drive inside the React. Yeah, here it is. Here it is my project. Select folder. No, I don't need that one. Increase the size. Here it is guys. This is the index.html. This is the information you are seeing in here. This is the information you are seeing in here. That means the React.js is having only one HTML page guys. Can anyone find any other HTML pages anywhere? No, we are not going to see, or we are not going to get any HTML pages. Just only one HTML page. From here, this particular root, you are going to get the complete control. You are going to pass the complete control to where it is going means inside the src folder. Here it is, index.js. By default, if you are having any name called index, that means it is going to be the first and foremost file or document going to run. That's why without calling any names, it is working guys. Without calling any names, from here it is going to take the control to here. In this way it looks like this, index.js. In this index.js there are something called import react from react, import react DOM from react DOM. What all these things guys? These are libraries. React is one library, react DOM is another library. This is our own file. This is our own file. this is also our own file. These three things are our own files, but these two things, line 1 and line 2, these both are packages, and from those packages we are going to use some classes like Java. If you want some packages or any classes, what you do, you simply import all those packages into the project, into your file, and use the needed classes only, like that. ReactJS is a library, guys. It is not a framework. ReactJS is a library, not a framework, guys. Okay. Yes, Mr. Nikhil, this page is automatically created without manually, without any user. This page is completely created automatically. And in here, if you see, right now we don't need this stuff. Let me clear this stuff, otherwise you may get some confused. Let me show you clearly the information what's happening here. We don't need this thing for now. I'm saving this thing. Let's see, is there any changes happening in our project or not? No changes happened. No changes happened in our project. Guys, one more thing, we don't need to come here and we don't need to refresh every time like HTML. That's the beauty of ReactJS. If you see in here, from this particular location, this root, this is the ID where you see in this root. From here, the HTML page, index.html, the control goes to index.js, guys. Index.js. In here we are calling the app. What is this app? In ReactJS terminology, we call this app as a component. In Java, we call classes, but coming to React, we call it as app, guys. It is a component. It is giving this control to app.js. Let's go to app. You may see that app.css, app.js, app.touch.js. Then to which file it is going to call and to which file it is going to give the control. You get this type of doubt. Definitely, guys, everyone will get that type of doubts. No worries. If you write like this, by default it is going to consider that thing as a .js extension file, guys. .js extension file. Here it is, our app.js. It is the thing. Now if you see in here the edit image, this information is present in here. Here it is. Here the link, your anchor tag, and here your image. That means the ReactJS helps us to provide some security to our code also. Thank you, Mr. Ashwant. If you change any information in here, then the complete information is going to be changed. Let me show you what's happened. Yeah, let me delete the complete p tag information and let me save. Did you see? I didn't come here and I didn't click the refresh button or F5. By default, the project did the complete thing, guys. The ReactJS virtual DOM did this complete information. The compares the DOM and virtual DOM. It considers that there is some difference, that p tag is not present. So it's simply going to give the control. Only that particular p tag only it is going to give the control, guys. So it simply deletes that one and displays the other information to us in the front end. If you write, hello guys, welcome to this session, and save, then there it is. That information also comes to here. In this way, the virtual DOM helps us. That means from index.html, the control goes to index.js. From here, the control goes to app.js. So if you have created any new components, any new classes, simply you are going to call all those information from the app.js, guys. Why? Because you given the app as a component. If you give any other component as the control, then it goes to that particular information only. It is going to that particular component only, guys. Here it is app.js. Guys, one more thing, in this session we are not going to use this functional component type of concept. We are going to use class components. That means ReactJS is having two types of components. One is functional component, the other one is class component, guys. Right now I am going to tell you how to create a class component. Is the class component is having all that information. Delete. I deleted all that information. Okay, if I save this code, let's see what happens. It is saying that app is not defined. That means we need to define our class name, our particular name. Here it is. This app, This is the thing what I am defining right now. App extends React component. Guys, I'm not that good at writing and speaking at the same point of time, so please don't mind. I'm saving this thing. Now let's see what's the other error we are going to get. I saved this one. I'm getting that instance.render is not a function. That means every class function need a render method, guys. It is definitely going to need one render method. I'm saving this thing. Now let's see. Your render method should have a return statement. That means if you are having this render method, then you once again need a return statement also, guys. I'm saving this thing. Then it is saying that unexpected token, some issue, some error. Why? Because you are not having any content. I'm saving this thing. There it is. I'm not having any content in my React, in my return method. That's why it is showing me that type of error. If you write something I'm saving this thing. There it is. The information whatever I am passing in my return method, that is the thing I am getting in my HTML page. That is the thing I am getting in my HTML page. If I write something else, I am saving this thing. There, that information comes. Mr. Susi, we are using class component, means because of using this class components we can use this state concept, guys. We can use the state concept. In this session I am not going to tell you the difference between a class and a functional component. Please don't mind, because we are having a lot of information we need to go, because we need to create some chat box also. If you come and join in our ReactJS course, then you are going to get the all information hands-on, completely on hands-on. We are not going to provide any theory way. We are going to show you everything in a practical way. Please don't mind Miss Susie for now. Let me tell you one thing, that class component is for mainly for using the states concept, and at the point of Redux concept uses this class component. Coming to function component, it is having only some particular restrictions. For function component, we can't use the states concept, we can't use the constructor, we can't bind our methods in a functional component. But coming to class, we can do all this type of information. Okay, so this means whatever the information I write, I get. Okay, now I am going to write one h1 tag also. Let's see what's going to happen. This is h1. I'm saving this thing. Shit, what's this error, guys? It is saying that adjacent JSX elements must be wrapped in enclosing tags. Do you want a JSS fragment? This means, guys, everything in React, the information whatever you are returning, everything must be in a block, you need to pass your data in a block only. You can't pass the information separately like this. If you pass the information like this, it is going to take and consider these two elements as a two different types of blocks. You are doing some additional information. So how to overcome this error is, by default it is showing us one suggestion using the fragment option. Fragment, or else we can use the div concept also, guys. We can use the div. What this div is going to do, it simply creates one block for us. So whatever the content we want, we can write. Now I'm using one div. Let's see what's going to happen. There it is. I got my information very good, very clearly. If you write multiple times of your elements, no worries, nothing is going to happen. Your information comes like that. It comes in a normal flow. It's very good hands-on. Okay, guys, is anyone having any doubts up to now? Okay, let's start our today's concept. To-do list. What is a to-do app? Does anyone know what is a to-do app, guys? What is a to-do app? Anyone based on our perspective or general knowledge. I'm asking guys. Yeah, we can do in that way also, Mr. Prabhu, but we do all the information like that. We don't, if we got any errors, we don't understand from where the control goes, whether it goes to app. If you are having multiple components in your app.js, at that point of time, we are unable to check, we are unable to find our errors. If you use app.js as the default starting position mapping from index.html to app.js, that's why. Thank you, Mr. DD0255. Some names. Thank you for your reply. Okay, guys, without wasting any time, I just given some time about the to-do. So let's start. To-do means nothing, guys. It is simply one application where we want to enter some information. The tasks, whatever we want to do, we give all those things in that. If we complete one task, we delete that one. If we complete one task, we delete all those tasks. If you want to add one more task in between your work, you can add that task also. This is the basic thing, guys, about a to-do list, or we can call that as ToDo App. By using this ToDo App, we can simply create a chat box, guys. Really, if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you that information. I'm going to show you that project completely by the end of this session. Okay, that is the thing what's happening inside the WhatsApp also. Just wait a second. WhatsApp. Is my screen visible, guys? This is the thing. This is having one input text field and one camera and one button. Whenever the user enters, sorry, Mr. Chaitanya, I am asking about to do. It is not Vado. ToDo. To do, guys. ToDo App. Okay. Did you see my screen? Here, this is text field. This particular text field concept you are going to work right now in this session. Whenever the user enters, the text field button will allow us to send the message. If you remove that button, if you don't enter, if you simply click the send button, then also it is not going to allow us to pass the information. Am I right, guys? This is the concept of WhatsApp or Facebook, all those things. That means in our perspective, in our general knowledge, let's get back to our general knowledge way of coding. It is having one text field. Here is the text field. Here is the text field, and it is having one button. Whenever I enter some information inside the text field and whenever I hit the button, then the information is going to the user and it is going to display at the upper position. Am I right, guys? Like that. This perspective, this concept you are going to build in this project. Okay, that means for this ToDo App, we are going to have one input field. And we are going to display that information. We need to display whatever the user enters. Display the information or message whatever the user enters. And finally, we need to provide some CSS also. What happens if you don't give the CSS also, you will find by the end. Okay, guys, these are the three tasks. By using these three tasks, we are going to build, guys. I'm sure, really, guys, by the end you will get amazed. So without wasting any time, let's start. Let me delete all this content. I don't want to do any crazy things in my app.js, guys, because why? Because if I'm having any what we call links, like the home, if you see in here some links, header files, all those things, if you want to provide any header files, you can provide all those things from your app.js. So my suggestion from my side is don't ever and ever use or write your complete code in the app.js, guys, in the app.js. because if you want to try to change some minor changes at the initial stage at your home page, you can't change in the app.js. So simply take another component. I am going to take another component and I am going to take one folder also, guys, and I am going to name the thing as components. Component is enough. Inside the component I am having all my data, all my information. Right now I don't want this CSS and this logo also. I am deleting that thing. I am saving for now. I am not having anything. Super. Inside my component I am going to take one new file. And guys, one more thing, you need to save your component with .js extension only, and I am going to naming this one as message list. This means by this name I think you get one idea. We are going to use the lists concept. We are going to use lists concept. What is a list, guys? It is like one type of array. We are simply storing our information in an array at the end or at the beginning or somewhere in the list, guys, that particular variable. Am I right, guys? So I am going to use one list. Inside the list I am going to store the information I am going to pass. So how you are going to call the component, new component inside the app.js is, let me show you. You need to import that particular class name. In our perspective I am saying that as a class name, guys, but you need to say that component names message list from. After this thing you need to provide the location also, /, inside the component folder you are having. So component dot, you don't need to give the dot, guys, at that point. You need to simply give // and the particular, where is this one, message list. Yeah, here it is, message list. This is enough. In this way you are going to import a new component. You are going to import a new component. Let's go to that component. This is like a scrap. What the first point you are going to write in here is, whether it is any component, is a class component or a function component, you need to have this first line, guys. It is important. Import React from React. Good. After this thing you are going to create your class component. Class, the name, what is I am going to give is message list. Class message list. It is not going to from, guys. Extends react dot component. Extends react dot component. After this thing, as I told you, I am going to have one render method. Inside I need a return method. The information whatever I am passing, it is going to get and display in the screen. That is going to happen in the return method only. So I am going to have one div /div. Inside that div I am going to write some p tags. Hello, I am saving. Okay, good. What happened? Why I am not getting the information that I write like hello, hi? I am writing a lot. The page is starting, but I am not getting the information. Why? Why? Because, guys, we didn't call this message list in the return method. That's why we are not getting any information. So how you are going to call is the name of that particular component and /. If you save, there is one error we got. Component message list does not contain a default export. Guys, this means definitely if you are using a class component or functional component, you need to export. You need to write the line export. By default you are going to giving your control back to your parent, like C language. If everything starts from main, if you call a function, it goes. After that the control once again getting back to its main method, like that. you called this message list from app, so you need to give your control back. That is the thing this export is going to do. Export default message list semicolon. I am saving this thing. There it is. I got my information. Now what if happens if I write another element also, and some content also? Which one is going to come? Yes, this one is going to come after that thing, and my message list component is called. So I am deleting this thing for now. I am saving this thing, guys. Yeah, here I got my message list, everything is good, but we don't need this one. We need an input field. Input type equal to text slash. I'm saving this thing. I got the input field, super. And after that thing, I need a button. Yeah, I don't need any type. Submit slash button. I'm saving this thing. Yeah, I got my submit button and input field. Yeah, good. It is working very good. Awesome, guys. But if I clicking the submit, nothing is happening. The information is not going to pass at the end. For that purpose, we need to store the information whatever we are entering in the input field in a variable. How we are going to do that thing, guys? By using the states concept. State. In this way, we are going to declare or define a variable. Okay, guys? State equal to the variable name text colon. I am saving this thing, and after this thing you need to call a method, a function. You need to call a method. Whenever the user enters, it need to go to that particular function, and you need to update this text field. You need to update this text field. But right now if I try to click anything, it is taking, but it is not going to store, guys. It is not going to store that information. So for that purpose, we are going to use one event on change. On change is the one event, guys. This dot handle change. I am calling one method handle change. I am saving this thing. Now whenever the user typing something, whenever the input field is changing, at that point I am calling one method. The method is handle change. The method is handle change. In this way we are going to call the method, guys. This is called as arrow function. In here I am going to update my state variable, which is a text. How I am going to update is by using set state method. Whenever I click, the user clicks this button, the data is going to change. This dot set state of, as I told you, this is a method. It is going to work like this. And one more thing, guys, if you are having multiples of input elements, how you are going to do? How you are going to change? For that purpose, we are using the name attribute. Name equal to text. This is the text I am giving in here. So these elements are going to pass. Events. That means it is going to pass one parameter, guys, to whenever we call any methods or a functions. So I am going to name that thing as a e dot target dot name colon e dot target dot value. E dot target dot name colon e dot target dot value. This is the thing which we do, guys. One more thing, why do we need to do all this stuff in here? I think that this point of time, why don't we use this message list only for storing the information, rather than doing the complete concept in here? For that purpose, I am going to create one new file. Message area. I'm going to name the thing as message area.js. Control A, Control C, Control V, message area. I don't want to do everything in a one component, guys, and I'm simply changing all this content. Message list, yeah, everything is good. I don't want to do this concept also in here. I just want to simply call my message area. Message area, yeah, it is also good. Now I need to import message area from /message area semicolon, and I don't need these statements or these concepts right now. I'm saving this thing. It is saying that some error. Yeah, it is going to get error. Yeah, definitely, because in my message area I leave that thing like that only. That's why e.target.name equal to e.target.value. Guys, you will understand why I am writing like this by the end, why I am using multiple components. I am saving this thing. Yeah, now everything is good. Everything is good. If I go here and if I am entering, yeah, it is also working. Now we need to store that information. We are storing that information. Good. Here is our, yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. I am taking one state variable. I taken one text variable also, guys. In here, whenever the user clicking this input field, he is going to call this method and he is going to update that method. Let's see whether I am getting the value or not. Let's see whether I am getting the value or not properly. Guys, is anyone having any doubts? Is anyone having any doubts? I'm waiting for your reply, guys. Is anyone having any doubts? Can we use database to store? Yeah, definitely, Mr. Prabhu. We can use the database also to store the information. But right now, I'm going to do everything in a static way. I'm going to do in a static way. That's why. So whenever the user entering any new value, we can store and display that information in this way, guys. This dot state dot that particular variable. I'm saving this thing. Yeah, here it is. If I click something, submit, yeah, we are storing that information in a variable, guys. Let's check whether I am properly storing the information or not by using one console.log of this dot state dot text. I am saving this thing. Let's go to the console. Initially everything, there is nothing. We submit, yeah, there it is. Did you see, guys? I am getting that information. If I write something else also, that is also going to store. That is also, everything is going to store in that particular variable, guys. But the submit action is not going to work. We need to work on that one. Control S. Yeah, for now everything is good. Let me delete this console. Delete. I am saving this thing. So we are going to work on this particular button, guys. Whenever the user clicks that particular button, whenever we are going to click this particular button, we are going to call another method by using the onClick event. This dot submit. I'm saving this thing. Let's go to this submit equal to, I'm using one arrow function. Guys, this is called as arrow function. We call this thing as arrow function. Now I'm going to call one method. The thing why I'm using this message list component is I don't want to store my information in my message area or some other variables or some other components. I just want to store my information in this message list. Why? Because if in future I uses any database, at that point I simply connect my database in this message list component only. To do that thing, we need to take one list variable. We are going to take one list variable. Let's go to the message list and create one list variable. Inside the constructor I am going to create, guys. I just want to tell you how to use the constructor also. What's the use of having a constructor, guys? In Java or in React, wherever it is, whenever any component starts, the constructor is the thing first and foremost going to start. I am going to take state variable, this dot state equal to, in here I am taking one list variable colon. I am saving this thing for now. Yeah, I am not getting any errors, any warnings, anything like this. Service worker is defined but never been used in index.js. Yeah, okay. Saving. Yeah, my console is also good. Awesome, thank you console. Yeah, I just created one list variable, and in this particular list variable I am going to store that information, guys. From where I am going to get, from message area when the button clicks. So for that purpose I am going to call one method which is present in message list. How I am going to call is this dot props dot on submit. This is a one method, guys. I am going to get this method from the message list as a object, on submit equal to this dot add message. I am saving this thing. There, I am not getting any errors. I am saving this thing. Yeah, here also I am not getting any errors, guys. Let me tell you once again, guys, what I am trying to do. My data is present and storing in the message list. Why I am doing like this is, in future if I use any database, that content is going to come here, and my message area, the information from where I am going to get is in this one. So whenever user clicking the button, he is going to pass that message, that information to this on submit, guys. Where this on submit method is present in message list, so whenever this method is called, here it is once again calling another function. It is calling another function, add message. In that add message I am going to add my information. There it is, add message. Yeah, now it is good. Inside this one, by using this dot set state, method, I am once again going to store my complete information what I am getting from message area in this particular list. How I am going to do is mlist colon, guys, in this position I am doing some new thing, state dot mlist comma the information. It is 3 dots. What is this 3 dots, guys? We call this thing as a spread method. This is a spread operations. It is a ES6 concept. By using this spread, whenever we are using like this, it is going to create one array, and at the last position or at the starting position whatever we pass, it is going to store that message. But right now I am not passing any content. So let me pass some content. Okay, guys, how I am going to pass is in this particular method I am going to pass my content. Text colon this dot state dot our text. I am saving this thing. Let's see whether I'm not getting any errors. Yeah, now it is good. I am passing one parameter to on submit method. That parameter is this text. I am getting that parameter in this position and I am giving that thing. So I am naming that thing as text. At the end I am going to store my text. Let's see whether I am getting the information from the text or not. Enter. How I am going to identify is by using JSON concept. JSON dot stringify. In this thing I am going to check this dot state dot that particular mlist. I am saving this thing. It is saying some errors. Super. This dot state dot mlist JSON dot stringify. Let's check why this error is getting. Why I am getting this type of error. Okay. Don't worry guys. We will definitely going to solve this thing. I'm going to pass, or else let's do one thing. Rather than doing this thing, simply console the error or console the information whether I'm getting the data from message area or not. This dot state dot mlist. I'm saving this thing. Still I am getting the error. This dot, this is what is saying unexpected keyword this. Why I am getting? Yeah, here it is good. I am getting this message and I am going to state this particular information. Okay guys, we are going to solve one error. Don't worry. Yeah, I got that thing. If we use the JSON concept, I would like to show you with the JSON concept only guys. JSON dot stringify of, we need to pass only that particular message guys, but we are passing in between curly braces. State dot mlist. I am saving this thing. There, my error is gone. That's why I am using curly braces. In between the curly braces you passes, it will get some errors that it is not going to find this keyword. Let's check whether I am passing this submit. There I am getting my information guys. I am getting my information. Simply I am using one component to pass the information. For store I am using another component. But now I am getting in a JSON format. What is a JSON guys? Can anyone tell me what is a JSON? Don't say the full form guys. It's okay, don't worry, I will tell you. JSON means nothing, and it is like a one type of data storing formation. Right now every government sector or anywhere we are storing our information in a JSON format, that is array inside array. One array is present, it is having some information, and after that information it is having another array like this. Let me show you. This is one information of about a one person. This is another information. This is another information, another person's. He is having some name, age, JavaScript object notation. Yeah, it is the full form, JavaScript object notation. Yeah, you are right. And some IDs or phone numbers like this. The JSON is going to be look like this guys. ID is also having some content. In this way guys, JSON will looks like this. That is the thing which you are saying. Am I right guys? The text, the information whatever I am passing from message area, I am getting that thing. and whatever the data I am displaying, that is the thing we can see. If I enter some another thing there, that content is also I am getting. That content is also I am getting. But did you see that message is present in that particular text area only, guys? That message is not moving or not removing. But we don't see this type of thing in our WhatsApp. Am I right, guys? If we enter some message and if we click the submit button, the message will go and no other person is going to see the same message again and again. So how to solve that thing? How to solve that thing is simply setting our state back to null when passes this information to the message list. When passes, after passing the information to the message list. Yeah, here it is. Text colon empty. I'm saving this thing. Let's see what happened. We submit. There, did you see my message list is removed and it get back to null, empty, guys. It gets back to empty. Now we don't see this type of messages in our WhatsApp. Am I right? So to remove this JSON type of format in our information, what we are going to do is we are going to use some looping concept, because in the information in the message list, it is a list, it is having multiples and multiples of messages. So display all the messages, we don't need to write again and again this this dot state dot list. We don't need to call that much of times. So for that purpose we are having loops concept. For Java or C we are having while loop, for loop, do while, all these things. But coming to React, we are not having that type of things. We are having map. Map is a one type of method. We are having map method, guys. Okay, how to define or how to use this map method is, let me show you. This dot state dot list, the name of that particular variable which is having or which is as an array, which looks like an array, dot map. After this thing, it is going to accept one iterator like while loop. If we enters anything, you are going to use one iterator I. For loop also we use one I. Am I right, guys? Like that. Message comes under as a iterator for us. After this thing, I am calling my method. I am calling one function, or we can call that thing also as a method, guys. In here I am going to display my content. /p. How I am going to display is by using this particular arrows. Because if you want to use JavaScript inside the JavaScript variables inside the elements, you need to write like this, guys. Okay, iterator dot the text, the variable. I am saving this thing. Now let's see. We submit. There it is. I got the information in a proper format. I am not getting any JSON type of information, but I am getting one warning. Don't say about this warning, guys. Why we are getting this warning is, if you are using lists concept, we need to provide some key, some unique identification we need to provide, guys. Otherwise it is going to show this type of warnings. Let me close my console though. Yeah, it is good. If we enter hello, submit, you are going to get that message also. Hi, how are you? After you click the enter, you are not going to get the message at the bottom, guys. Why? Because I didn't given the particular event for this enter button in the element. Whenever the user clicks the button, then only the action is going to trigger and then only it is going to perform. That's why whenever I click the enter, it is not working. Is that audible? I am clicking the enter, guys. Whenever I click this submit, then only the information is going to come here. This is the thing, guys, what's happening inside the WhatsApp or Facebook, like these things. Do you believe this is the basic motto of any social media application? They are using some database, but right now I am not using any database. Simply I am using one list, and I am passing that information to the list. Now I am not going to use another component. I am going to use another component to display the message. I don't want to use my message list to do this type of action, this type of performance, because we are having only one element, one small element right now we are having. But in future, if you goes to multiple actions and multiple elements, at that point I don't want to utilize this message list. I just want to store my information in my message list. So simply I'm deleting this line. I'm going to call new component. I'm going to call new component, and I'm going to name that thing as message. Yeah, I'm going to name this thing as message. Yeah, definitely it gets one error. Message is not defined. Now I need to import my message. From /message. I'm saving this thing. Now I get cannot resolve message, because in that particular location I am not having anything. So let's go and create inside the components new file. I'm saving this thing as message.js. There it is. Now I'm not getting any errors. I need to write import React from React class message extends React dot component. After this thing, what we do, guys, we need to export. Yeah, it is also good. I'm saving this thing. Inside the m list, I'm going to call this particular message, guys. I'm going to call this message, and I'm going to pass the particular message information, guys, as a prop, as an object I'm passing. I'm saving this thing. There it is going. But I think I just need some type of errors, but I'm not getting return. Yeah, it is good. Inside the p tag, I'm going to display my message. How I am going to do is using the curly braces. Inside this one, this dot, I got the information as an object, guys. As a prop, I got the information. That's why I'm using props. This dot, props dot, what the thing I passed? Text. This dot, props dot, text, but I given that value to MSG. So I need to call as MSG. I'm saving this thing. Now everything is good. Let's check whether it is displaying the information or not. Submit. Yeah, I am displaying my information, but I am not using this mlist to display the information. I am using message as a component to display my information, guys. Okay, now everything is good, guys. Let's do some CSS also. But before that, did anyone remember that inside the WhatsApp we see the time also? Whenever we enter the messages, we see the time also. So let's create one component, one variable inside this component for the time. For the time constructor, I'm going to use the constructor concept. I need to call this super. I hope everyone know why we are calling this super. Enter. After this thing, I'm going to call this dot state equal to. What right now I'm doing is to display the time whenever the user entering. I'm using this concept, guys. I'm doing this thing time. I'm taking one variable called time, and in here what I'm going to do is we are having a lot of date concepts, date methods, in JavaScript. We are having a lot, guys. Did you see? Date got no, it is not going to work. It's okay, don't worry, I remember the thing. So let me do new. I'm going to create one new object for the date, and I'm going to take local time only to local time in a string format. Guys, it is a predefined method. I'm saving this thing. Yeah, I'm not having any errors also. Now let's display the message also of the particular time. How I'm going to do this dot state dot time. I'm saving this thing. Now let's enter some message. Hi, submit. There, did you see? I'm getting time, guys. Now the time is 7:20 with seconds and with PM. If I enter some new message, let's see what happened. There, I'm getting the new time. Let's wait for a few seconds. After that, it becomes 7:21. I think now the time becomes 7:21. Submit. There, did you see? 7:21, 10 seconds. I'm getting all the time information also, guys, in here. Did you see, guys? Guys, is anyone having any doubts? If you have any doubts, please don't worry, ask me. I'm here to clarify those doubts. I will give 2 minutes, guys. If you are having any doubts, you can ask me. Okay? Okay, guys, I've seen that no one is having any doubts, so don't worry. Without wasting any time, let's do. We teach everything good, but it is not that look, it is not that way of good looking. So let's do some CSS also to our concept. Okay? Okay, guys, let's do the CSS concept for our message area and for our messages. For now, let's create some new files. Message.css. Create another new file. Message area.css. Yeah, it is good. Message area.css is created. Message.css is also created. Import these things inside our messages and inside our message area. Import /message.css. If you write like this, it is going to take only the CSS part. Let's go to our message area also. We need to import our message area.css also. Message area.css. I'm saving this thing. First of all, let's write for the message area. or for message. I'm going to write this CSS for my message, guys. So abstraction and encapsulation. Sorry, Mr. Krishna Chaitanya, what are the things you are asking? Abstraction and encapsulation. This concepts command Java, not in JavaScript. Why did you get those things right now? I don't understand why you are asking. So let's go to our message. Let's create some CSS, but for that you need to create some class names, some IDs. For that purpose I am leaving this thing into a two separate elements by using a span. What this span is doing, guys? Span is like the div. Span is also like the div, guys. It is not going to change anything. Just it is going to make our concept in a simple and understandable way. That's why, nothing else. Yeah, I'm getting some errors, definitely. Why? Because I'm not writing those things in a div, in a block. Let's maintain some indentation. Now save this thing. There, I'm not getting any errors or anything. Let's create the class name for the message and for the time also. Class name, it is the thing which helps us to write the CSS. You can double quotes and single quotes also. For this thing I'm going to name it as MSC. And coming to for time, also I'm going to create one class name. For this thing I'm going to name it as time. I saved. I'm going towards my CSS. In here .msg. Let's write some messages, guys, then we will see. Yeah, now it is good. We are seeing our messages. Now let's write the position relative. It helps us at the time of responsive. At the time of response it helps us. Yeah, I'm saving this thing. Nothing changes. Now I'm going to change the font size. Yeah, I'm going to give 16 pixels. I'm saving this thing. Nothing changes. That means by default the font size is 16 pixels. Let's give the padding. Let's give them some space between the messages. There, I get some space between starting and ending. Now let's give one border also to our messages. Border 1 pixel solid gray. I'm saving this thing. There I got one border also, but it is not in a proper format, so don't worry, we will make this thing in a normal way. Font size, yeah, it is good. Padding is also good. Border hyphen radius, let's give some radius also. 10 pixels. At the end we are going to get some curve. That's why I'm using. Yeah, I get my curve also. Relative font size equal to good. Everything is good, guys, up to now. Yeah, one more thing I forgot. I can't give this class name for this thing. I just want to give the completely for the complete information, then only I get my border to all the information. There, now I get the border for all my elements and time and my events, everything. Yeah, now everything is good. This is the thing what I am saying. I'm saving this thing. Yeah, for now everything is good. Now create the space between the two messages, and we need to provide the width up to the particular message only. If we see like this big lines, it is not a good looking. So for that I am going to use width fit hyphen content. Based on the content only, use the borders. Based on the content only, give the borders. Semicolon. I am saving this thing. There it is. If you see, if I enter a big message, hi, hello, how are you, welcome, submit, I get only the border for the only message. I am not going to get for the complete screen. For that purpose, we are using the width colon fit content. After this thing, we need to provide the space. Margin hyphen top colon 15 pixels. I am going to provide 15 pixels. There, I get the space also. Now it looks good, I think. Am I right, guys? Now let's give the content for the time also, because we don't see the time in a big sizes. We don't see our time in a big size. We will see the time in the left position and in a small font. So for that purpose, I am going to use the margin hyphen left. At the left, we will see. I am going to give 10 pixels. I am saving. There, I get my time also goes to the towards the left. Now I am going to give the font size colon small one, not a big one. I am saving this thing. There, my time is also small. Now it looks good. Am I right, guys? If I use just double X, my time will be going to a little bit small, very small. If I use just normal small, what happens? I get the normal time. X hyphen, I am saving this thing. There. Now let's go to our message area also, because let's take this message towards this center. Okay? How we are going to do is simply go to our message area and once again write some CSS. Class name equal to, I am going to name it as line. I don't getting any names, that's why. Class name, guys, I am giving this thing as pick, guys. Why I am doing like this is, I will tell you, by the end you will understand. Dot line. For line, I am going to write as, let's take this content toward this center, width colon 20 pixels. Saving this thing. It is going to a little bit back, don't worry. Margin colon auto. I'm saving. Margin will be like normal. Padding colon 10 pixels. I'm saving this thing. Yeah, padding also 10 pixels. That distance gap. And finally, I'm going to write flux. Why I'm using this flux is, did you see it is going in a two different lines? It is going in a two different lines. Let me write the information at this center. Without using the CSS, I am going to use this center element. Saving this thing. There it is. It comes to center, but these two things are looks very bad. It is not in a proper line. To do that thing, we are having one concept called display colon flex. I'm saving this thing. Okay, why it is getting like this is, okay, don't worry, I'm having one idea, that's why. Let's use some image, guys. Rather than this button, let's use one image, then we will understand very clearly. Okay, like the normal WhatsApp, why it's happening like that. So let's go to browser and check for WhatsApp send button image in green. Images, there is no nice messages. Yeah, I think it is looks good. Copy the image address. Let's go to here. Let's go to our message area. Rather than button, why don't we use the image concept, guys? Why don't we use the image? Whenever the user clicks the image, then only it is going to send the information. Image src equal to control v slash alternative name, give some alternative name, send. I'm saving this thing. Let's see what happens. Yeah, oh I'm getting a big message. So let's give the pick also one css, name this thing as class name equal to pick, and on click equal to call this thing as in here control v. Now simply delete this button guys, delete. I'm saving this thing. Let's see. Yeah, it is good. Now let's write some css to our pick. I'm getting some error. Yeah, don't worry, because I didn't given anything, that's why I'm getting this error. Center spelling mistake, where is that one? Center is right, center spelling is right, mister. I don't see your name. Chaitanya, center spelling is right, it is not C and TRE, it is in CE and TER. Yeah, we all get confused, so don't worry. In the pick, width colon 28 pixels, margin left colon 5 pixels. I'm saving this thing. There, did you see it get in a proper format? Now let's write, guys, one more thing. Why should we leave this thing like this? Let's give some placeholder also. It will be a little bit good to see for us. I'm just giving some indentation guys, nothing else. I'm not doing anything. Let's give some placeholder. Type your message, or what we see in our WhatsApp text message, I think. I'm saving this thing, text message, but I'm not getting my complete text message, so don't worry. Width equal to 20 pixels, I given my width. Let's give this thing as percentage. There it is. Now it looks good guys, that's why it is not getting. Now the both things are in different sizes, they are not in proper in a single line. To do that thing, we are having display colon flex. I'm saving this thing. After seeing this thing, why it's happening like this? Okay, let me check once again. Pick equal to 28 pixels, margin left 5 pixels. I'm giving some css to my line also, where I'm given my line, I given my input textual. Yeah, it is also good. Let me do one thing. Nothing will change. Yes, I know that nothing is going to change. For my message area, yeah, my message area is also good. Why don't we give this class name to our div guys? There it is. Now it looks good. I think this is the thing I'm mistaken. I need to give the complete CSS. I'm going to give for my message area, not for my single message. Now let's check whether the information is going correct or not. Hi, I click the button, but it is going towards the left. Why it is going towards the left? It is in the message.css. We need to go to our message.css. Yeah, it is also good. Message.css. Yeah, it is also good. Let's give the center for this one too. I'm saving this thing. Okay. is. I'm getting my message at my center. I'm seeing my time also. How are you? There I'm getting my how are you message also. But guys, what happens if I click empty one also? Oh shit, what's happening? Why I'm getting my empty spaces also? This is the thing which we don't see in our WhatsApp or Facebook areas. Am I right, guys? I'm getting my empty messages also. How to solve this thing? We can solve, guys. Just think. Okay, if it is having some message, we can't enter or we can't provide the information. Am I right? That means if we uses the if condition, if we uses this if condition, we can do this concept. If not a value, simply don't do anything. If it is having some value, then only display the content. Then how to use this if concept in React? Guys, we can't use the if conditions in ReactJS. For that purpose, we are having ternary operator. We are having ternary operator. Does anyone know what is a ternary operator? Condition, question mark. If the condition is true, it is going to take the first value. If the condition is false, it is going to take second value. It is going to take second value. Am I right, guys? It is the ternary operator. If the condition is true, go to this thing. Condition is false, don't do anything. Like that. This is the thing which you are going to use right now. How I am going to do is, at the return position, I am going to do, based on which one I am going to take the condition is, this props dot message. If I am having nothing, then don't do anything. If I am having something, display that particular thing in this particular position. This dot props dot message question mark. If it is a true, display this content, or else don't do anything. Simply leave that thing as null. I'm saving this thing. Let's check. If I click the submit, did you see? I'm clicking this image, but I'm not having or not getting any messages. If I write hello, submit, then I'm getting my value, I'm getting my time also, guys. I'm getting my time also. In this way, we are creating a chat box. This is the thing, guys, what's happening inside the WhatsApp also, Facebook also. This is the thing, how they create. But right now, I just designed a static page. I just designed something like a static. Because if I refreshes my page, my data is going to gone. My data is going to gone. For that purpose, what we need? We need one backend, guys. We need one backend. So whenever I am entering some messages, I am going to store that message in my backend, and whenever I refreshes, then also the data is not going to gone. Am I right, guys? For that purpose, we can use MySQL, Express or Firebase, anything, guys. Any type of backend we can use. But to combine one backend and frontend, we need one interface. Right now, the concept for today is complete, guys. I just want to telling you what we need if we are using a backend. Okay? If you want to use any backend with frontend, we need one interface. We need a interface. For ReactJS, we are having one interface, that is Express.js. Express.js is a interface, guys. With the help of Express.js, I can combine my frontend and backend. Okay, by using Ajax calls. By using Ajax calls also inside the Express.js. Can anyone know or can anyone tell me what is an Ajax call? What the things we are having inside the Ajax calls? Guys, if you are using only a Firebase, we don't need for this Express.js or Ajax calls anything. If you want to go with in a static way, by using the Django also, by using MongoDB also, whatever the thing backend, we need one interface. That is the thing is going to happen, helps by using the Express.js, guys. In the Express.js, we are going to use Ajax calls. Can anyone tell me what are the Ajax calls? What is this thing? Yeah, someone is saying that Ajax is a set of web development technology using many web technologies to create Okay guys, I will tell you what is an Ajax calls. Ajax calls means nothing but giving or getting the controls or getting the data from APIs. By using API keys and APIs, we are going to get the data, we are going to pass the data. In Ajax calls, we are having 4 types: put, post, delete, like this thing, and get, put, post, delete. These are the 4 commands we see. These are the 4 things we see in the Ajax calls. By using these Ajax calls, we can combine our React frontend with backend, whether it is a MongoDB or anything. If you are using a Firebase as a backend, we don't need this ExpressJS, we don't need any Ajax calls. By default, this Firebase is going to do all that work for us, but we don't want to depend on a separate and a default third-party libraries or third-party databases. So for that purpose, in the coming next Monday, we are planned a webinar on ExpressJS, how to combine our front end with back end. Okay, this ExpressJS is completely like one server, guys. That's why we planned that some of us don't know about what is ExpressJS, what are the Ajax calls, how we combine this thing with our backend, like all these things. That's why we plan for one webinar regarding the ExpressJS, guys, which is going to happen on the next Monday. I think on, let me see the date. Yeah, on 14th, guys. On 14th, we planned a webinar on Ajax ExpressJS. Guys, if anyone having any doubts, you can ask me. Is there anyone having any doubts? If I click hello, hi, how are you, I'm going to get all those things. But right now I'm not saving those messages at anywhere. I am simply storing those messages in a single list. Let me check whether the ExpressJS concept is placed in our website or not. Yeah, here it is. This is the thing, guys. This is the thing. On Monday we are planned for ExpressJS. Here it is. Yeah, definitely, Mr. Prabhu. Definitely, we are going to provide this project folder, this complete project also in the below YouTube link. The coming Monday we plan for ExpressJS, guys. Is anyone having any doubts? Is anyone need any quick recap what's happening in here, how we are doing all this stuff? Does anyone need any quick recap, guys? I'm waiting for your reply. Does anyone need any quick recap? What's happening? Yeah, okay. Here it is. From the app.js, we are calling one message list. We are calling a message list, guys. That message list where I am getting is inside the component. I am getting my message list. Let's go to the component and here my message list. Why I am using this 3 types of components? Because to store the information one position, to display the information at one position, and to retrieve the information in another position, guys. Why? Because we are having views, we are having some architecture, model view controller. Am I right? Model means it is going to having some data, view we displays the data, and controller we are going to control the data. I taken that perspective as a way. That's why I given the complete project in 3 components. This list is going to work as our model, or we are going to store this information here. This message area this is as a going to take the information and message. This is working as a view, guys. We are going to display our information from here. So whenever the user starts the program, someone is saying that we understand the front end design. Okay, then what the other thing you need, Mr. Renuka, Miss Renuka? Let me get the back. I am calling my message list. In here I just created one list variable. I just created one list variable. In that I am going to store my information. In that I am going to store my all information, guys. But before that I am going to ask the information from message area. Here my message area. Let me close this CSS. Here my message area. In here I am having input fields. I am having input fields. From here I am passing my information back to my message list. I am storing the information in here by using props concept. By using props concept, whenever the user sees this input field, whenever the user entering in this particular input field, he is going to store that information in a text variable, and he is passing that information to its parent component. Here message list is its parent component. It stores in that message list. For that purpose we are using set state method. For that purpose we are using set state method. Inside this set state we are storing. After storing the information we need to display. To display I am using message component. Inside there I am displaying my message, but I am passing my information as a prop. Here it is. I am passing my information as an object, guys. So if you want to use some information which you got as a object, as a prop, you need to call in this way. This dot props dot message. This dot props dot message. I am displaying my message. At the same point of time I am going to display my time also. At what time the user is entering the message. We see this thing in our WhatsApp, am I right? So if you want to use or enter the time every time, why you need to create any new variable, why you need to pass the time in here like this, time colon new date dot like this. Why you need to write everything from here? Why don't you, whenever the user executing at the point, if you want a new time, we can create that thing separately in the message component. Here in this way I just created my own time in this message area component by using new object date and using two local time string. It is a predefined. I think you all know it is happening from the JavaScript. From there I am updating my time every time. Whenever I am entering a message, whenever a user entering a message, I am updating every time. So I am displaying the time also, guys. To give some CSS some good look, to give some CSS and some good looking to these things, I am using CSS concepts also. How you are going to do is by using class name as an attribute and give the value, and inside the value you are giving the CSS, guys. Here some positions, relative padding, based on the width, based on the message, give some border like that. If you are having a big messages, like let me see, let me copy some big messages. I am copying this one, Control V, Control V, Control. If I am having a big message, let's see what happens. There it is. Based on our content, our border is going to create. Based on the width of our content, it is going to fit the screen. For that purpose, I am using the width colon fit hyphen content, and I am giving the size also small because for this particular time. So whenever the user enters a message, he can see the time also. At 7:47 he sends hello. At 7:53 with seconds with PM also he is entering some message. In this way it works, guys. And we didn't provided any backend in this position in this webinar. In the coming Monday we are going to planning for that thing by using the Express.js, but not for this particular concept, guys. Not for this particular concept. We are going to take one new concept. To that thing we are going to provide the backend, because you need to learn. We can't tell everything to you. We can't give the spoon feeding, guys. Am I right? So I'm going to take one other new project, and in that I'm going to write, and the timing for that one is 7 to 8:30, guys. It is not at 6 o'clock. It is not at 6 o'clock, it is at 7 to 8:30, 1.5 hour only. Okay, if you want to attend, simply go to our codegnan.com/webinars and go to the particular ReactJS Express and register for that one. I hope you all enjoyed this session. Thank you so much guys. If you like this video, if you like our session, live session, we are not providing any videos, we are not doing any errors, and after some time we are not editing that videos and we are passing. We are directly providing the complete information guys. So if you like our video or webinar, simply click the like button, share this video to everyone, because knowledge we are providing to you, and we are requesting all of you to share your knowledge with other persons. Then only in this world we can learn new concepts, new things. Thank you so much guys for all your replies and responses. I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful to everyone guys for your support. Please hit the like button if you like this video, this complete session. And we are planning a lot of things. If you want to become more and more good in our ReactJS project, just simply join in our course which is on ReactJS we are providing, and we are trying to plan some real-time projects also, building some WhatsApp type of clones, some other things. Thank you Mr. Prabhu. We are planning for course guys, not a boot camp. In that course we are trying to build some real-time projects like WhatsApp or Twitter or Netflix. All these things are working using the ReactJS guys. So we are planning all these things in our course. If you are a fresher, I think it is the correct thing, it is the right technology to turn. And if you are current learning or studying student, then also it will help you a lot, because the interviewers will see this thing in a good perspective way, and they are going to provide the job to you guys, because AngularJS is the thing which is going to be using by the TCS guys. TCS using the AngularJS, and ReactJS is the second position. I am sure ReactJS is going to come at the top position in the coming days. So thank you so much for joining in this session. Thank you guys. Take care of yourself. Always keep sanitizer and masks with you. Outside session is not that good. That's why. Thank you Mr. Praveen. Thank you Mr. Prabhu. Thanks to each and everyone guys. If you are having any doubts, anything regarding ReactJS, regarding the projects, simply if you want to contact with me personally, here it is my mail ID. trainer.codegnan@gmail.com. regarding if you want to learn anything about the ReactJS, if you want to learn about JavaScript also, you can come and join in our Microsoft certification course guys, because we are not only simply going to train you regarding the JavaScript, we are going to provide Microsoft related exam. If you pass, you are going to get certificate from Microsoft, not from any other simple or dummy companies. I hope you all know the worth of a certificate which you are going to get from Microsoft. Go to our website and you will understand, you will get everything. Thank you guys for your valuable time spending for me. Thank you so much. Bye.